What are the big problems facing the logistics industry today?
Yeah, I think there's four big challenges that I would really highlight. By far the biggest and the most wide-ranging is decarbonisation and net zero. Biggest amount of change. Skills and the fight for talent, I think, is a real challenge that has been in our industry for quite a long while, actually, Rod. I think productivity and profitability are a really growing challenge, but there's some interesting solutions out there to that. And then finally, I think the overarching economy that we operate within, and particularly the intensity of trade, is also a real issue and is affecting people within the sector.
So what advice on that first issue, decarbonisation, are you giving to Logistics UK members?
Well, the most important thing on the whole decarbonisation agenda is that we work together to find the solutions that are going to be sustainable. At the moment, that's not very clear. And so engaging in the decarbonisation debate early, not thinking that this is something that technology is going to solve for us in a decade or two vehicle cycles is really important. I think the final bit I would bring to that is that we have a huge amount of data in our industry, and collaboratively using that data and then working with other stakeholders to find the right solutions is definitely a key part to us finding what we all want, which is decarbonised transportation.
One of the things the RHA says, I notice, is that there needs to be a roadmap from government about decarbonisation. Would you agree with that?
I think I would agree there needs to be a roadmap, but I don't think it only comes from government, because I don't think they have the insight and the knowledge, that we have to be able to create what's on that roadmap. One of the things that I feel about decarbonisation, and have done for many years, is that you have to be the best you can be at each point. Yeah. Otherwise, you leave too much to be done. And the insight to be that sits within the industry, then influencing government and getting that approach to the roadmap developed and adopted.
You mentioned the word collaboration, and that's very important to you, isn't it?
It is. It's critical, because I think our industry is a wonderful place to work. Our industry underpins the UK economy. It's the engine of the UK economy. Every business has a supply chain. Yeah, every business needs logistics. So if we work together and prosper, the whole economy benefits. Yeah, but there's also a lot of people in logistics, and it's a very broad sector, and it's a very task-focused mindset that people have. So people may not naturally collaborate, but the benefits of collaboration are huge, particularly when the challenges that face us are very external, perhaps more so than I think they've been for many years.
So what are the challenges to collaboration?
I think the first is understanding what the benefit is. And because as an industry, once we know that, we get into action mode, and we do. But the benefits are not immediately, they're not straight in front of you. Yeah, but when, and the way I would describe that, and this is when we've worked together on the skills agenda, for example, is that it is being able to achieve collectively what we can't achieve individually. And I think against those four challenges that I described earlier on, in each case, collaboration is going to be critical if we're to be successful going forward.
And what examples of best practice exist out there at the moment, in your view?
Well, I think what we've done together over the last year on generation logistics would be pretty high up there for me, really, Rod. And it was brilliant that you guys were first in there. It was fantastic. But we have 30 sponsors, we have 16 trade associations, we have the government, all working together to raise awareness for the great careers and opportunities that exist within the logistics sector. Now, even the biggest players in the industry find it very difficult to achieve that kind of penetration, that kind of ability to talk to a broad population. So collectively, we've done what we could never do individually.
Great. If I was a magic man and I could grant you one wish today, which sadly I can't, in your world, what would be the one wish you would want for either Logistics UK or indeed the sector?
Yeah, I think I'd try and look at that from a sector point of view rather than an individual organisation. I think the clarity that we achieved on generation logistics, we need to achieve across other areas. Because when we have that clarity, we can then go and make change happen and we can influence other stakeholders. So that would be my wish.
And lots of collaboration all round.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Phil, thank you very much indeed. It's
Great.
brilliant.
Thanks for your
Thank
time,
you.
Rod. Much
Good stuff.
appreciated.
Cheers.